All right, Who Dat Nation, Saints fans, we're going to get right into it with this video, but we've only done one Saints video before. This is our second one. If you're not familiar with the channel, we are a channel that loves to cover the teams that the national media doesn't. We are Lions fans, as you can see, but love the NFL. So, hey, if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, especially if you like what you see in this video. Hit the like button and, hey, leave a comment. We would love to chat with you about it. So as you can see, this video is talking about how there was an unknown rookie balling out, and Saints fans may know who this guy is, but in general, most people don't. And that is none other than A.T. Perry. He's already impressing Saints coaches. He's impressing teammates. And of course he is. Coming off that victory last night where he hauled in 6 grabs, not last night. I don't know why I'm saying last night. All right. This in the first preseason game where he hauled in 6 catches. He had 70 yards and a touchdown. By the way, 6 targets, 6 catches in 6 targets. So let's see what people had to say. Head coach Dennis Allen said it was good to see. I thought he stepped up. I thought he caught the ball well. I did not like him reaching for the goal line at the end on his first touchdown, but it was good. He made a couple of contested catches, and I thought he was able to run downfield, put his foot in the ground, and come back and create some separation. I thought he played well. I agree with this. I don't understand how guys that seemingly move the way he does, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Also in this video, we have other takeaways. I had some takeaways as well, so hang in here. We're going to talk about Perry for a few minutes, and then we're going to move on to the next stuff. Derek Carr said, it's the National Football League. It's not easy out there. All right. He said for him to go out there and play the way he did, I'm so proud of him. He was featured today. He was getting the ball a lot. So it was good. Here's one thing that you have to enjoy about being a Saints wide receiver right now. Derek Carr, when he's on, he's on. So he's playing well in the beginning, and he's doing great. But then you have Jameis Winston comes in, and he is able to play well for the backups. That's a thing that a lot of teams don't have. A lot of wide receivers in the preseason don't have. If you're on a second team, if you're on a third team, rarely do you have a quarterback that is good enough to play well for you. It's a problem. So it's exciting to see, what's going on, how all this is showing up with that. I think that he absolutely has a path to make this team. There is absolutely no doubt about that. What do you think about A.T. Perry? Like, do you think he has the opportunity to make this team? Like, I think he clearly does. When you look at the wide receiver room, of course, you have Olave. It was nice to see Michael Thomas out there. Again, I don't know how long before he's hurt, and Rashid Shaheed. After that, I think it's pretty wide open. And I think Perry can absolutely be one of those guys. I think it's absolutely wide open. So let's look at a couple of things on Perry. A lot of times I think we wonder, like, what is the athleticism profile in this guy? And if you know me, I'm a big fan of this thing called PFF. All right. Or not PFF. I am a big fan of PFF. Don't get me wrong, but RAS, the relative athletic score. So this takes your athleticism based on your combine results, and it compares it against every player who has ever tested from your position. The score is on a 1 to 10 scale. All right. A.T. Perry ranked as the 117th out of over 3,000 wide receivers ever tested. So he has not actually great hand size, which is interesting. Decent arm length. He sits at almost 6'4". He's 6'3.5". All right. 200 pounds. He's on the lighter side. Here's what kind of shocked me. I didn't realize this dude could run a 4.47. I didn't realize that he had that kind of speed grade. You just kind of see him lumbering around. And I didn't know he had that. His agility grade and explosions were both good. Good to very good. Anytime you see green, you're looking more in that elite category. Anytime you see yellow, you're in the good category / mediocre. And anytime you see red, you're in the poor. So shuttle was the only thing he graded poorly. And I was wondering to myself, like, how does this dude just keep getting open? Well, he just keeps getting open because he actually has some athleticism. All right, other takeaways. Derek Carr looks good. It's exactly what you hope for. The dude was sharp. It seemed like he was engaged. It seemed like he cared about what was going on. He led an 80-yard touchdown drive. Derek Carr showed you everything you wanted to see. He was 6 of 8. He had passes out of the backfield. He threw to multiple receivers. Got it to the tight end, got it to Michael Thomas. The one guy who looked disinterested, and this is not exciting for me because I just drafted him on my fantasy football squad, was Olave. And I'm not saying that it'll continue that way. I'm not saying it'll continue that way. We know that Carr likes his favorite targets. There's one person in the NFL targeted more than Devontae Adams last year, and that was Justin Jefferson. So it means that Olave could either have a huge year or he could be down or he could be in for less targets even than before. I think another takeaway for me is that Alvin Kamara looked unbelievably fast. Like it doesn't seem to me like he's looked that fast. Maybe last year he was dealing with all the off the field issues and now he has his 3-game suspension. So some of that's kind of behind him. He looked really fast. I thought he looked fast. I thought he looked good. I thought it was unbelievable. But what it also means is that the Saints need to get Darrell Williams ready as fast as possible. Jamal Williams, love him, hate him, somewhere in between. I watched him score 17 touchdowns last year. Here's what you're getting with Jamal Williams, and you saw it with the second team I keep saying last, in the first preseason game. You saw it with the second team. He gets what he gets. He will not create extra yards. He might create an extra yard because he's a powerful running back or two. Okay. But that's about it. He went 9 carries, 28 yards. If there's a hole there for him, if it's blocked well, he will be a successful runner. If there's not, he won't. He's not this 4 yards in a cloud of dust kind of guy. I mean, he is, but I'd call him more of like a 3 yards or a 2.5 yards in a cloud of dust kind of guy. He's not going to be that elite running back necessarily. Behind Carr and Winston, Jake Haener, the rookie quarterback, he still has some work to be done. He didn't look that bad, but there's still work to be done. I like this kid coming out of college. I think there's something to be said for it. And I think that it's something to be excited about, but there's still work to be done. But who knows? Could he be the future after Carr? I don't know. I think that's obviously the hope. So you want to develop him and see what you can make out of him. So, hey, again, leave a comment. Love reading the comments. Love talking to people in the comments section. Talk to each other. What was your big takeaway from the Saints preseason game? And by the time this pops out, who knows? Maybe there'll have been another one. But subscribe to the channel. We'll make more Saints videos if people watch them. It's really that simple. We have other teams that people are watching like crazy. So we'll try and build up the Saints, get the Who Dat Nation, and we'll go from there. But thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.